Welcome to Cedar Club, Quincy's favorite local bar. A friendly corner bar with a laid-back atmosphere and affordable drinks. It's the perfect spot for a great time. With entertainment galore, including shuffleboard, golden tee, pool, foosball, and winning gaming machines. Cedar Club's latest edition is the best spot to catch your favorite game. Great drinks, great friends, and great times. Cedar Club, 20th and Cedar in Quincy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Today I have the distinct pleasure of sitting down with a senior in high school, John Ader. How are you, John?
I'm doing fine today. Thank you for asking.
Well, I am so tickled to have you on the Daily because what you've done is incredible. And we'll get to that in just a second. But you're a senior in high school.
Yes.
At Western High School in Barre. Is that right?
That's correct.
And you're accompanied today by your teacher, Mr. Schaefer, right? And together you guys have accomplished a lot. And I asked if he was going to be on, and he said no. He wants you to be in the spotlight, right? Which I definitely agree. But we do want to touch on some things that Mr. Schaefer has helped with as well. But let's get to the meat and potatoes. So you are a senior in high school, but you're also an author of a graphic novel.
It's crazy.
Gosh. Okay. So when I was in high school, just for reference, I was doing some things that we shall probably not name. And I was generally not really, looking for the next big project. You have so many projects, but let's talk about Thunderbread. Okay. So Thunderbread, if you can see this, if you're watching, it's up here on the table. Very, very cool graphic novel. Give me a little bit of background about Thunderbread. How'd you come up with it?
Well, originally, Thunderbread, and as a whole, as a story, I came up with it like 2 years ago in like my classroom. It was just a joke at first. I just drew a comic. I had my friend next to me. I was like, check this out, and he'd like laugh at it. And I was like, that's pretty funny. And soon, like a year later after that, I met my friend Carlton, and he inspired me a lot. So I said, you know what? I showed him the comic, and I said, I want to make this like an actual full-on story.
Yeah.
And so the book, the two main characters are Jared and Carl, and they're both inspired by a younger version of myself and then a version of him. And they both get superpowers, obviously. It seems like a very, I don't know the word, like a stereotypical. It seems like a stereotypical like story, origin story for like superheroes.
Okay.
But I want it to be very original with it, how they get their powers. I want it to be very like humorous.
Sure.
In a way you wouldn't like expect it. And it's just them trying to be superheroes.
That's awesome. I love that it's inspired by a younger version of you and your friend. I think that's pretty unique in and of itself. Superheroes, they get their powers, and yeah, sometimes it is, pretty standard how it happens. But I think the power. I can't wait to read this book. So it's just a really cool idea. But the more incredible thing is that you brought it to life.
Yes.
Because a lot of people have these ideas, but taking that step to actually turn this into
like
a reality.
Full like actual thing.
It's incredible. So take me through the process. You drew all of these illustrations, is that right?
I drew and colored everything, yes.
Okay, so guys, we're talking about like full on, and he said he drew them with his finger?
With my finger on my phone screen.
You're like a mecca. I love it. So the book, how long did it take you from, okay, so you came up with the concept, and then you kind of had to have a little push, right?
Yes.
By Carlton. How long did it take you from kind of start to finish to get this done? And can you walk me through kind of the process behind it?
Yes,
I'm not
of
real
course.
Sure. Okay.
So first, obviously, was the idea, as we mentioned. And to make a story, you have to plot out every point of the important parts in the story that's going to happen, which is basically a manuscript.
Right.
So that's the first thing I did. I did a manuscript of just summarizing the whole book. Then after, I wrote the whole script, which took me almost a year.
Wow.
But that was because I was planning like the future ahead as well.
Sure.
But we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But
a little bit of foresight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
So I wrote the whole script, and then the next like 5 months, I drew all the pictures. It took a really long time. Then
I can imagine with your finger, John.
Yes.
Yeah.
And after drawing all the pictures and coloring it, we had all the images ready, and William Schaefer, he helped me a lot with formatting and everything. We got it all set up, and all we had to do was, like, the table of contents, that's not that much like typing, but
Yeah.
the main juice of it was like putting the pages or the drawings into the panels on each page.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the easiest part.
Putting it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the idea, the concept, bringing it all to life, making sure that you are having that foresight, because, yeah, we'll get to that in just a second, because you're not done yet. But having someone help you, okay, so your friend inspired the idea. Mr. Schaefer helped you with some of the actual work.
Formatting. Yeah.
Right. So, and then, so you've gotten this book published by
Barnes & Noble.
incredible. You've gotten that work done. Now Mr. Schaefer is using this year to kind of help with
Yes.
marketing.
We have a independent like study class thing.
Yeah.
And the first part was actually making and designing the book and everything. We made the cover and the back cover and the spine. And then the portion right now is going into marketing and like selling the book and everything.
God, I love the way that it's tying your individual goal into learning the
Yes.
actual process behind it. And I'm sure this has been a learning experience,
Oh,
right?
definitely, 100%.
Yeah. Best part
Yeah, I'd say it's the best part.
is
'cause
the learning?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Worst part?
The worst part, I don't know. I guess.
You can say nothing because it's pretty awesome.
Well, yeah,
This is done.
I'd
Yeah.
say nothing.
Yeah.
I love all of it.
That's so cool. So you love it so much that you're not stopping here,
Of course not.
right? So along with the book, you've created your own website.
Yes, me and Schaefer made a website. Props to him because he did a lot of making the website. You can like look at all the stuff that's coming up. You can like, it has links to like where you can buy the book, and you get to see what the book's about the author and everything. Just
Very
everything you can see is on that website.
That's so cool. Can you name that website? Is it?
It's like bit.ly/thunderbread.com.
Now, if you Google Thunderbread graphic novel, will people be able to see
Oh,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Very cool. I definitely recommend Googling it. I can't wait to read this thing. So you've created your website. You have published a book. What's next?
Obviously, it's making the next one.
Yeah.
I was talking to Schaefer about it, but a few weeks ago, we had our homecoming, and that weekend I immediately started writing the script for the book 2, and I have the entire script done already. All I have to do now is draw the pictures for it.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to come out this year.
Can you give us a teaser?
So, in the first book, they get their powers. In the second book, they fight another villain. I won't say who.
Don't spoil it.
I will say there's going to be a lot more characters.
Okay.
And I was telling Schaefer about this because he didn't know who I was going to interview with, but he told me your name, Ashley.
Yeah.
I was like, what a coincidence, because in book 2, I'm adding like a side character who's like a news reporter, and she wants to interview the main characters, and her name's Ashley.
Get
too.
out of town.
No,
I just got goosebumps.
I was
I don't
like,
care if
wha-
you're lying. I just love it.
I was like, that could not be a coincidence.
That is
what
so
the heck?
freaking cool, John. Okay, it is based after me. He just didn't know it yet. Okay, very cool. How awesome. So do you have plans to continue on after a second?
Yeah. I have all the notes done already, actually, for all these different characters and plots for 12 books in total.
Wow.
I have a lot of characters planned. And in book 2, I have another main character who's going to join the crew. And
Very cool. Gosh, I can't wait to read it, to get into this. It sounds like my cup of tea. I love this kind of stuff. Of course, I love supporting local young authors. This is absolutely incredible that you're a senior accomplishing all this. And I know you're not doing it alone, but the idea was yours, and the fact that you worked to bring it to life is just absolutely incredible. So kudos to you. Kudos to Mr. Schaefer. I was going to ask who your favorite teacher is, but I guess we don't have to ask that.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have to wonder. Very cool. John, you are an incredible young man. I look forward to seeing everything you do in the future, and I cannot wait to read Thunderbread. This is going to be so, so cool. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, John. check out Thunderbread. Where can they find it? Just
At barnesandnoble.com.
barnesandnoble.com. Go check it out. Thunderbread. Very cool. Young author. Aspiring to do more. Keep it up, man. All right. Coming up next, Britt B and Ash C and Coffee Talk. Stay tuned. Exciting news, everybody. Muddy River News and Emerald City Jewelers are giving away two $200 gift cards to one lucky person who then gets to share to celebrate the season of love. All you have to do is send an email to contest@muddyrivernews.com by February 12th. One winner, two gift cards. You get to pick who you share with. That's two $200 gift cards to Emerald City Jewelers. Don't forget to send that email.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center. Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
The Tower, a great place to meet and eat. But did you know the Tower has one of the finest drink selections in our area? Along with its incredible Mexican menu, the Tower specializes in tequilas for every taste. Names like Patron, Cabo Wabo, and Hornitos. And don't forget the margaritas. On Mondays and Tuesdays, stop by and pick up a single topping pizza and get Tower margaritas to go. Enjoy the Tower at home or in our dining room, bar area, or the Tower's signature climate-controlled porch. The Tower Pizza and Mexican in Quincy.
And welcome back. Now it's time for Coffee Talk with Ashley and Britt B. Thanks to EFB, we get to spill the tea. Cheers to you, my love.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good
What did I
response.
do?
I don't know. I just love seeing your face when I come in here.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I like coming in here.
Yeah, it's just nice to, I work from home most of the time, so when I come in and get to be social, it's just kind of fun. And we get to talk about stuff that is important to people.
Yes.
Even if we don't know all the ins and outs, even
Yeah.
if we don't have all the facts, we get to talk about it. I think that's really, really cool. So, today it's taxes
Tax
for
day?
something new and different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I thought you were asking what day it is. It's Wednesday.
Yeah. I sometimes I lose track of everything. It's Wednesday, but yeah, taxes. It seems like it's just a reoccurring thing. They will never go away. The old adage: there are 2 things in life that are you can't avoid: taxes and death.
Yep.
So
The talk of the town, though, it was on Monday night's council meeting, which was the fact that they are talking about implementing a grocery tax,
Yep.
which is something that at the state level it was taken away.
yes, to provide some relief for primarily middle and lower income families, right?
Or so
Especially
they
after
say.
COVID. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was ultimately, that was taken away from the state, and it's now put in the hands of the cities, or I guess, cities,
Yeah, city level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which they already rely on this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of one of those things that I think he knew, or I don't want to say he, but yeah, I mean, the governor probably knew what he was doing when he handed this down.
Sure. Yeah. And to be quite honest, the statement that I think I read in the article was that there are a lot of other cities that are implementing this. That doesn't make it right. And of course, there's never a good time to instate another tax, but it just seems like right now is a really bad time.
Yeah.
When eggs are $6 a carton, I don't even know if they still are, I haven't been in the store in a while, but then you're going to add a 1% tax on top of that. Generally, of course, I'm against taxes. I think with the personal property tax shortfall, that we do need to do something. I don't know what that is, but I think this grocery tax, 1%, will hit people's pockets maybe a little bit less than maybe another type of tax for the same thing, because it'll be spread out. I think it'll be spread out by, you have more people buying groceries, right? So
Is this also something that we're already used to, just giving it to a different level?
probably. And I think, so if I'm spending $600 a month in groceries, it's $6. I'm not saying that's not an insignificant amount when you're being taxed, but it is something that I could just maybe skip a coffee or something.
Yeah.
You know, to help kind of bridge the gap.
But I think, so we're not going to see, I don't think you're going to see that a huge difference, because I mean, I think it was taken away like in January, you know,
Yeah.
and then they have up until a certain time to put it back in.
Sure.
So again, you're not going to see a huge difference, but I think what this will show is, so like I said, since he was like passing it down, it's kind of going to show what is the importance of politics at a local level.
Right.
Because you have people now saying, well, so you're saying the Democratic governor
Yeah.
cut this tax, and now our conservative, I guess you would say
Leadership.
the aldermen are going to implement the tax. And that goes to show what I've been saying all along, you know, I don't think partisanship should matter at the local level.
Right.
Because if you do look at it this way, then you're kind of hurting yourselves and your people. Because again, this is something a tax that technically we're used to.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, I mean, I don't want to see any more taxes.
Nobody wants taxes, but I think if this is going to help bridge the gap, I think it's kind of the lesser of many evils on a local level. Also, when you have people traveling to Quincy, they're going to help put money into our general fund
Yeah.
for this tax. But like we were talking before, and I agree that bipartisanship, and this is you know, yay, Pritzker. Really? Good on you, I guess. But as far as how it is implemented, we were talking about this before we got going. I think that, and I don't know if it's possible, but just the first thing that came to my mind was maybe tax non-essential food items, grocery items. So you know when you're going through the grocery store and you first walk in and it's the fruits and veggies and then the cheeses and everything that you need is pretty much on the outside of the store. Anything that's kind of non-essential or a luxury item is generally in the middle of the store, right?
Yep.
If there's a way to only apply this 1% tax to the stuff that we may not need, maybe it could be the silver lining of why is it so expensive to eat healthy? Maybe it would kind of offset some of that. And I don't know if it's possible, but it is a way that we could probably try to please everybody.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea too.
Yeah.
Do not tax like perishable items.
Yeah, so tax the fruit roll-ups. Maybe it'll help me stay away from them. Tax the cookies. Tax the shit out of cookies because I do not need those, right?
You're still gonna.
I'm still gonna eat them, but then
yeah.
the tax is more. It's more my choice.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be on the milk that I need for my
I agree.
kiddos, or you know the fresh fruit that is already expensive that I want to feed my kiddos because it's healthy-ish, right?
I am
Sans the sugar, but-
curious what the same local leadership are going to say about another 1% tax when it comes to the food and beverage tax when that gets revisited. I believe the sunsets, I don't remember, June-ish. So that's either going to be a tax that is, you know, staying the same, the 1% on your food and beverage, which is alcohol, beverage is in the grocery store, your food when dining out.
Right.
So these things are maybe, they're non-essential.
Yeah. They're not essential. And it really hasn't hit my pocketbook. I don't really like the idea of having just a...
No,
Hey,
and
we
I'm
need
and
just
I'm
this
not
fund.
again. I'm not for this tax, but
Yeah.
it is just interesting where our leadership is going to go with that. I can see more people saying, I'm not for this grocery tax because of this, but I'll raise the food and beverage tax for
Right.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
Which to that I also say, look at the people that you're also affecting in the industry.
Right.
That's something I think we tend to forget a lot about as industry workers. That's what, I don't want to say half, but I know a big majority of this community is our industry workers.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, I agree.
So like when you think to yourself, hey, well, I'm taxing them, that does kind of
You're taxing,
fall back on to
you're taxing
your
their
server.
you're taxing their essential livelihood,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
I mean, you're affecting
Less
their livelihood.
people
Yeah.
will dine out.
Well, maybe
when
we
it's
do
2%.
What do you think a 2% grocery tax or a 2.5 on the non-essentials and get rid of the 1% food and bev?
Yeah.
See? Look at us go.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are downsides to that as well.
But
it seems like money's going to come out of your pocket one way or another. Do we want to hit the corporations? Yes,
yeah.
we do.
Well, think about how healthy our community would be, too,
Right?
not eating all these fruit roll-ups and processed foods.
Did we just solve the world's
I
problems?
think, we solved this community's ones.
Yeah. I think we just nailed this. And if it can be done at a city level, I would think you have, kind of the freedom to change things up on the city
And
level.
you could be the pioneer city to do this.
Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, mayor and alderman,
Or
let's
future mayors.
Yeah, let's have a discussion about this. Don't just say yes to all, but think outside of the box, which is what we're trying to do here, right?
Yeah.
Good on us.
I think we just raised more money, too.
Dude, raise more money, got rid of something that's affecting the livelihood of our community service workers, right? And help to make our community healthier.
And got rid of the importance of the whole local politics thing on
See?
this issue, which,
Yes.
again, that was passed down. That was passed down for a reason.
Yeah, right. Nice try. We just solved that one too.
Yeah.
So, but real quick before we go, along with the service industry, we've been seeing, the tipping trend.
Yes.
Or the lack thereof tipping trend. I
saw it float around social media, and somebody's been sharing this. I think it's the Paducah. I don't know, but it's a satire.
Yeah.
Newspaper or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. They literally make fun of these concepts and these ideas, and one of it is the do better when it comes to tipping.
Sure.
And there, in that, if you read it, it says, as regulars, we expect 10% discount.
Yeah.
I want you to say hello to me every single time. Know my order. Get this right.
Right.
All these crazy demands for service people, and then
Yeah.
saying, if you don't do this, do better, and,
Right.
and to not leave a tip. We were kind of on a rant last week on our coffee talk with food and whatnot, and we were saying, yeah, we've been kind of conditioned lately due to COVID to accept disappointment, and
Yeah, it's true.
that is sucks, but we still tip,
Yeah. I think
and then some.
well, we tip because we've been there, and we know that without those tips, life is hard.
But not only that, those people, like I said, make up our community.
Yeah.
And putting that money back into the community is how
They
we
can
thrive.
afford the grocery tax.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you're going to support these places, just know that there could be a number of reasons why they can't do better. Maybe the kitchen is super short-staffed. Maybe
A server can't give you a discount.
Right.
Like, if you didn't realize that this was satire.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, read it, digest it,
Yeah.
then share. Right? And I think it's really bad. It's another bad thing about social media. You just kind of see it and then you share it and then people kind of look at it and they're like, oh, yeah. If they don't realize it's satire, they're like, oh, yeah, we're not tipping. Now, I will say the flip of the tablet thing, when they're
Oh, yeah, and they're right
drives
there.
me insane.
Yeah.
But if I'm
But
sitting
what
down,
if that's their policy? Because like I mean,
that they have to flip
yeah.
it. Yeah, I
A lot,
get it.
a lot of this is their, servers are in positions where, yes, I understand they could choose a different job, but half these weird, rules or policies from above that
Sure.
they can't.
And then I always wonder, so I got something, we went to a volleyball tournament last weekend, and on the tablet that I paid with, it said tip, and it was for the counter workers, right? But I always wonder how much of it
Actually goes
goes
to
to
them.
them. And I know that it's my choice to tip, which I do all the time. But I think that it's important, one, because you want to support your community and your service workers. Two, it's a small community, guys. They will remember you. Trust me, right?
Yeah.
Not that I'm spitting in anybody's food or anything, but if I know that you're coming in to be a pain in my ass,
I'm gonna probably turn the other way.
well, I mean,
and
other people may get,
service first.
they may be priority, right?
Yeah.
You got to prioritize sometimes. So,
Yep.
and if I know that you're doing it on purpose, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
I love the things that, it's like if you can't afford to tip, don't go out to eat. I don't know if I stand 100% behind that because I think everybody should have the luxury of going out and enjoying a nice meal. But a really nice thank you and appreciation and just being not an asshole goes a long way.
Yes.
If you can't tip as much as you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does go a long way. But do tip. Yeah, it's not that hard. Even if it's 10%, although 20 is where it's at.
Yeah.
25 if 30. Okay, listen.
All right, sold.
If you see me serving you, I have a threshold of about 30% now, so nothing below.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I appreciate all tips and all forms of appreciation, but
And I tip like at least that. So when
Yeah.
you see me coming, fight over me.
I'm like, Brittany, here. No, I think it is. I mean, it's important to show appreciation, and monetary appreciation is always welcome when you're in the service industry. So a lot of people don't know you get paid like $4 an hour, $5 an hour, unless you've been there for a really long time. Brittany probably makes like $100 an hour plus. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, I've been there for a minute, and we've been here for a minute.
Yes, we have. Sorry, I could just chat with you all day. Okay, well, I think that does it for today's
Coffee Talk.
We'll catch you next time. Thanks again, EFB.